Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to discuss about principle of moments. First of all, we want to know about a lever. Okay, we want to know about a lever. A lever is essentially a light rod of negligible mass pivoted at a point along its length. And that pivoted point is actually called as fulcrum. That is, a lever is actually a simple machine consisting of a beam or rigid rod pivoted or fixed, pivoted at a fixed hinge or fulcrum. Seesaw is an example for a lever. So, consider a lever here. It is the rod AB pivoted at this point O. So, this is the fulcrum. Okay. A force vector F1 acts at the end A and perpendicular to the lever, and a force vector F2 acts at the end B and perpendicular to this lever. These forces vector F1 and vector F2 are parallel to each other. Let this distance be D1 and this be D2. Okay, that is the two forces vector F1 and vector F2 act on this lever at distances D1 and D2 respectively from the fulcrum O. We know that there will be a reaction force of the support at the fulcrum, and it will be the reaction forces here, and it will be directed in the upward direction. See, the lever is a system in mechanical equilibrium. For mechanical equilibrium, it should be both in translational equilibrium as well as in rotational equilibrium. Okay, for translational equilibrium, the net force acting on this rigid body should be zero now. Okay, see, this lever is pivoted at the fulcrum and it is not translating. So, for translational equilibrium, we can write R minus F1 minus F2 is equal to 0. I am taking this as equation number 1. See, how could we write like this? See, there is a reaction force in the upward direction. Okay, that is along the positive y direction. Okay, and there are two other forces, vector F1 and vector F2. Okay, there is a reaction force in the upward direction that is along the positive y-axis, and there are two forces F1 and F2 in the downward direction that is along the negative y-axis. Okay, so the net force on this rigid body would be what? Plus R. Okay, plus R. Then plus, we are calculating the net force now. Plus F1 is here, F2 is here, but both are along the negative y direction now. So, this can be written as minus F1 plus minus F2. Okay, for translational equilibrium, this must be equal to, the net force must be equal to 0. So, this is what plus R means R, plus minus minus F1, then plus minus minus now F2 equal to 0. So, this is how we got this expression. So, for translational equilibrium, R minus F1 minus F2 is equal to 0. We have taken that as equation number 1. Okay, this is for translational equilibrium. Alright, now for rotational equilibrium, the sum of moments about the fulcrum must be 0. That is, the sum of moment of force at A and the moment of force at B must be 0. See, this force will try to rotate this rod in this direction now, that is in the anti-clockwise direction, and this force will try to rotate this rod in this direction, that is in the clockwise direction. Okay, the magnitude of moment of force at A will be what? See, we have tau, moment of force or torque vector tau is equal to vector R cross vector F. Okay, then its magnitude will be R is equal to, tau is equal to Rf sine theta. Okay, magnitude of this moment of force is Rf sine theta. Alright, here moment of force, if you want to calculate the magnitude of moment of force at A, here R is what? D1. Okay, so D1 and F is what? F1. Okay, then sine of theta is what? 90. Sine 90 is equal to 1. So this becomes D1 F1. Okay, so D1 F1 is the magnitude of moment of force at A. Similarly, when you find out the magnitude of moment of force at B, you will get the same answer D1 F1. Okay, here also the magnitude of moment of force at B, that is also equal to D1 F1. I'm sorry, not D1 F1, it is D2 and F2 now. So it will be D2 F2. Okay, that is magnitude of moment of force at the point A, that would be D1 F1, and magnitude of moment of force at the point B would be D2 F2. Okay, but see, anti-clockwise moment is actually taken as positive and clockwise moment is usually taken as negative. So the sum of moments will be what? D1 F1 plus what? Minus D2 F2. Okay, because anti-clockwise moments are taken as positive and clockwise moments are taken as negative. So this would be plus D1 F1, then plus, we are calculating sum of moments now. So plus, then this would be minus. So minus D2 F2. Okay, for rotational equilibrium, the sum of moments must be 0. That is D1 F1 plus minus becomes minus D2 F2 is equal to 0. And I am taking this as equation number 2. See, here we haven't considered the reaction force to talk about the rotational equilibrium. Okay, why? Because reaction force acts at the fulcrum, no? Okay, reaction force acts at the fulcrum itself. So what is the value of R? R equal to 0, no? So tau becomes, or moment of force becomes 0. Alright. Usually, in the case of a lever, the force F1 is some weight to be lifted. This weight is actually called as load. And the distance from the fulcrum O to this load, this distance from the fulcrum to this load, that distance which is taken as D1, and this is actually called as load arm. Okay, that is the distance D1 is load arm. And the force F2, usually it is the force applied to lift this load. That is the force F2 is the effort. Okay, and the distance from the fulcrum to the effort, that distance was represented by D2, and this distance is called as effort arm. Okay, that's the distance D2 is the effort arm. Now, from equation number 2, we have D1 F1 minus D2 F2 is equal to 0. Okay, now see, if I am taking this minus D2 F2 to this side, that becomes plus D2 F2 now. So we can write D1 F1 is equal to D2 F2. And I am taking this as equation number 3. See, what is D1? D1 is the load arm. Okay, so we can write load arm into, what is F1? F1 is the load. So load arm into load is equal to, then what is D2? D2 is the effort. So, okay, not sorry, D2 is actually what? Effort arm. So effort arm into F2. What is F2? F2 is the effort. Okay, that is load arm into load is equal to effort arm into effort. And this is the principle of moments for a lever. That is, according to the principle of moments for a lever, load arm into load is equal to effort arm into effort. Okay, load arm into load is equal to effort arm into effort. Or we can say that the principle of moments states that when a body is balanced or in equilibrium, the total clockwise moment about a point equals the total anti-clockwise moment about the same point. Okay. Now, from this equation, if we take this F2 to this side, so here we have F1. I'm taking F2 to this side, so that comes to the denominator equal to D2 is already here. I'm taking D1 to this side, that goes to the denominator. Okay, so we are getting F1 by F2 is equal to D2 by D1. This ratio F1 by F2, it is called as mechanical advantage. Okay, MA. This ratio F1 by F2, it is called as mechanical advantage. Alright, see, now if D2 is greater than D1, okay, if D2 is greater than D1, that is D2 means effort arm and D1 means, okay, D2 means effort arm and D1 means load arm. So, if effort arm is greater than the load arm, then the ratio D2 by D1 would be greater than 1 now. Because D2 is greater than 1. I mean D2 is greater than D1. So D2 by D1 would be greater than 1. Okay, if D2 by D1 is greater than 1, what about mechanical advantage? Mechanical advantage is equal to F1 by F2. That is also equal to D2 by D1. So if D2 by D1 is greater than 1, then mechanical advantage is also greater than 1. Okay, mechanical advantage is greater than 1 means what? This ratio, mechanical advantage is actually F1 by F2, that is greater than 1. Okay, F1 by F2 is greater than 1 means what? F1 greater than F2. Okay, or we can write F2 is less than F1. Okay, F2 is less than F1 means F2 is what? Effort. F1 is the load. So F2 is less than F1 means only a small effort F2 is needed to lift a large load F1. For example, if we want to lift a very heavy object by using a lever, it would be quite easy for us when the fulcrum is near to the load. Okay, this is the load and this is fulcrum, and here we will apply force to lift the object. So effort is here. Okay, so if you want to lift a very heavy object by using a lever, it would be quite easy for us when the fulcrum is near to the object or that load. Okay, that is in such a situation, see D1 is less than D2 now. Okay, in such a situation D1 is less than D2. D1 is less than D2 means D2 is greater than D1. Okay, D2 is greater than D1 means D2 by D1 is greater than 1. D2 by D1 is what? It is a mechanical advantage. So, mechanical advantage is greater than 1. Okay, mechanical advantage is greater than 1 means what? F2 is less than F1. That is only in such a situation, only a small effort is needed to lift a large load. We can try lifting the load or the object with the fulcrum in different places. Okay, here the fulcrum is near to the load and here the fulcrum is kept near to us. Okay, if we keep the fulcrum near to us, it would be really difficult for us to lift this object. That is, a great effort is needed to lift this object in such a situation. That is, in this case, you see, D1 is greater than D2 now. Okay, if D1 is greater than D2, then D2 by D1, that ratio becomes less than 1. Okay, so D2 by D1 less than, that will be less than 1. D2 by D1 is less than 1 means mechanical advantage is less than 1. Okay, mechanical advantage is actually what? F1 by F2. So, F1 by F2 is less than 1. F1 by F2 is less than 1 means F1 is less than F2. Okay, F1 less than F2 means what? F2 is greater than F1. F2 is greater than F1 means a large effort is needed here to lift this load. Okay. There are three types of levers or three classes of lever according to the positions of fulcrum, load and effort. They are first class lever, second class lever and third class lever. In the case of first class lever, the fulcrum will be in between load and effort. Okay, in the case of first class lever, fulcrum will be in between load and effort. Okay, load will be at one end, effort will be at the other end and fulcrum will be in the middle. For example, scissors. Okay, see, in the case of a scissor, the fulcrum is here. Okay, fulcrum is here. And load is the paper. I'm just keeping a paper here to cut it. So, load is the paper kept here. And to cut this, we will apply a force here. Okay, so load is here, fulcrum is here, and effort is here. We will apply a force here to cut this paper. So, effort is here. So, you see, load, fulcrum, and effort. So, fulcrum is between the load and the effort. So, scissors is an example for first class lever. In second class lever, the load will be situated in the middle of effort and fulcrum. For example, an example for the second class lever is wheelbarrow, which is shown here. Excuse me for the bad drawing. Okay, here load is in between fulcrum and the effort. Okay, then in third class lever, what will be in between the other two? See, effort will be in between the fulcrum and the load. Okay, in third class lever or class 3 lever, effort is between the load and the fulcrum. An example for the class 3 lever or third class lever is ice tongue. Okay, excuse me for the bad drawing again. Its fulcrum is here. Okay, ice tongue, no? So, the load will be here. And we will apply a force here, no? So, effort is somewhere here. So, you see effort is in between fulcrum and the load. Alright. See, the principle of moments that was actually given by equation number 3. Okay, load arm into load is equal to effort arm into effort. That holds even when the parallel forces F1 and F2 are not perpendicular but act at some angles to the lever. That is, we consider one such situation. No, lever is here and F1, F2, two parallel forces, they were perpendicular to the lever. Okay, but you can consider a lever here and you can consider another two parallel forces. Okay, or which make some angle theta. Okay, which are not perpendicular. You can consider force here which makes some angle theta. Okay, that is the principle of moments holds even when the parallel forces F1 and F2 are not perpendicular but act at some angle theta to the lever. So, in this video, we have discussed about what principle of moments, mechanical advantage, then different types of levers, first class lever, second class lever, third class lever, like that. I hope you understood this. Thank you.